Denox Live, Episode 114, Season 3, Denox Rants on Bullies. Which part of this area would be good to do my first vlog outside? I'll just keep going forward till I find one. Not bad. Very isolated. Perfect. Guess I'll record here.
Hello YouTube, this is Denox speaking once again, and welcome to episode 2 of season 3. Which episode 2, I'm gonna be making my first official clip outside. Hope you enjoyed the Mystery X prologue, and now I'm gonna be ranting at last. I haven't been ranting since, I don't know, One Star Abuser or Reggaeton. Well, in Abolto Abeco, I think it was Reggaeton, the last rant I did. So, this little rant right here, I'm gonna do it outside, and hopefully you can hear me of all these winds. I was trying to find a good timing so the winds doesn't really, get to me that much. But anyways, let's get right to the topic. Today, what I'm gonna be talking about is something that has bothered me back in the past, and thank God that this problem is no longer with me. And I remember when I was a little kid, I think I was like already in junior high school when I started having tons of bullies. And this rant has to do about bullies, and there were some of my worst experiences in my life. Like back in 2000, I think, when I was just moved to public school because I was kind of new, I was different from other people. I was more creative than most others. You don't find people like me around so much that kind of like write stories, makes drawings, or has a creative mind like me. And I think some people are jealous of me like that, and that's why most likely the bullies are trying to get to me back then until around 2004, 2005. Now I'm gonna explain it all in a brief little summary right here. When I started public school, I would make a few friends and stuff, decent ones. They don't go to my house and stuff. But then, every once in a while, there's always someone that's trying to tick me off. But why do they even waste their time and effort to try to bother me when they're just gonna do harm to themselves later on? Believe it or not. And the other thing about bullies that, they're trying to get attention. That's the main thing about bullies. They're trying to get attention, and they're trying to, think that they're the best thing there is, that they're the, they're the strongest person around. You can't mess with them and stuff, but that's bullcrap because, bullies are actually the weakest person around, believe it or not. Bullies are just a bunch of, I used to cry so much when they bothered me. They would pick on me and push me around. They even pushed me down the stairs one time, and I kind of got hurt. And the people around me didn't even give a crap about me. They just ran along with their lives and stuff. And that kind of really bothered me. I felt sad at those times. And that was back in my first public school in New York, before I moved here in Puerto Rico back in 2001. But yeah, a lot of people just don't have any lives. People that don't have lives, that they're trying to just look for somebody smarter than them to pick on, so they could think the other way around, that they're smarter than them or something like that. That I really suck because I'm different from others. That's what they're looking for. People that looks weaker than others. Because really, bullies look for just the weak people. They don't look for stronger people. That's why they're so scared. It's no wonder, because the bullies wouldn't even bother anybody who's stronger than them, right? Because then they'll get their butts kicked. So yeah, that's pretty much bullies right there in a nutshell. Now, when I was in Puerto Rico, I hardly had any friends at all. Back then I only had a few friends, but they hardly visited me. Only my cousin would. And I didn't even know how to invite people. I didn't have enough friends. And there I was in a school in junior high that everywhere I go, no matter where I am in school, there's always somebody out there to pick on me. And I got sick of it. I even screamed and cried and even can't, I was like a teacher's pet sometimes to them. The teachers would defend me, but the students, like 1 in 100 chance or 5 in 100 chance. That's really sad because if you cannot compete, because schools are really corrupted these days. If you cannot compete with other people, if you're not as cool as those people, then you're the one that's gonna be picked on. You're the one that's gonna be ignored. You're the one that's not gonna get the less attention. But guess what? We people that got the less attention actually have a better chance in life than those losers over there. So yeah, I know that there's a lot of people that would call me Harry Potter. That got so annoying from 2001 to 2005, maybe sometimes after that, but not as much. But I got super annoying when they called me Harry Potter just because I look like them. That's clearly annoying. I mean, I don't really like Harry Potter, and they don't give a crap. And then let's see what else they did to me. I mean, they would one time. They would take my glasses and my book bag and run around the entire school with it, joking around, and I would go chase them, and nobody will even help me. No one at all. No one at all. But I remember, if I keep ranting like this, I'm gonna be, very, remembering the past, and it's gonna bother me. But, I'm gonna tell you this right now, that most of the bullies nowadays are some of my best friends I have these days. I'm not gonna mention their names just in case we don't get into an argument. But like I said, some of the bullies that I had back in not elementary school, junior high school, because in elementary school I didn't have much bullies because I was in a private school. Everyone were just like me. I could relate to them. There was no problem there. But once I go to a public school, once I noticed that I have a strange accent, a Spanish accent, I was different from others, I did different things, I was smarter than most kids. Because really, in junior high school, believe it or not, I was the top 10 to 15 highest grade students in that year, in those 3 years I was in. So it's no wonder why they're so jealous at me. And they're just, want attention, and they pick on someone smarter but weaker than them. That way they could feel good about themselves, and that's kind of sad for them, because they just waste their time. They would just cut class just to pick on somebody. Why do they even go to school for? They would just probably go to school just to pick on people. But bullies are bullies. They're always gonna be around. But thank God those days for me are over, and hopefully I don't have to deal with them. And that there's some colleges that there's still bullies around. Mine have more respect because mine is like a private school. They're highly tech and everything. But I'm not sure there's some college that still has bullies. That's kind of ridiculous that they are, because you pay for college, you're not gonna waste your time, right? This rant, as for those of you watching this, actually has the same similar problems with bullies back in the past, or even right at this very moment, you could share it with me, and I could try to give you some advice on this. That way you could stand up to a bully. Just ignore the bullies, don't give them any attention. Then most likely they're gonna leave you alone. That's what I think, because after 10th grade or 11th grade, I started doing it, and look, now nobody really picks on me anymore, except sometimes on the internet. But it's more harshful in real life than the internet. The internet is just write some nasty words, but you could just delete, block, and stuff. But in real life, it's kind of a little hard to do it. But yes, but thank God these bullying days are over, and I have a lot more friends now than I ever did before, and I thank God for that. Yeah, that's why I said schools are downhill and stuff like that. Because people don't really have respect for each other anymore. They just want things for themselves, the majority of the kids. And if you're just inferior to them in their way, you'll get laughed at and stuff. But as long as you have 2 or 3 good friends in the school, and they defend you, that's good enough to survive school. That's in my opinion. Well, take care, God bless, stay cool,